Is this just a coincidence, or a strong signal of something you've been waiting for? Jungkook and Taehyung are caught on camera in Switzerland, and the army goes wild. But wait, there's something bigger behind their smiles. Is this the secret teaser of BTS's comeback that HYB has been hiding for a long time? Surprise for the army. Jungkook and Taehyung in Switzerland? Rare moment triggers BTS comeback theory. What if one photo could shake the world? What if one brief moment captured by accident actually opened a secret box that had been closely guarded by the largest agency in Korea? And what if, amidst all the rumors, conspiracies, and unanswered questions too of the most iconic names in BTS history, Jungkook and Taehyung, suddenly appeared in a country that is precisely known as the most peaceful hideout in the world, Switzerland? Army around the world seemed to freeze for a few seconds when the first upload began to spread. Two figures with such a familiar appearance, calm steps but harboring something unusual, can be seen walking side by side in the middle of the Swiss mountain landscape. But these are not just holiday photos. Not a casual encounter. Because behind their smiles, there are too many gaffes that lead to one big question. Is this the beginning of BTS's true comeback? There is no official schedule. No announcement from HYB. There is no MV teaser. But precisely because of this photo becomes even more dangerous, because it holds something that should not be known. And when the army began to dissect every detail, from the direction of the light of the sun in the photo to the brand of the camera that appeared in the hands of a mysterious staff standing at some distance behind them, one theory emerged with undeniable force. They were filming something. And that's great. Why Switzerland? Why only Taehyung and Jungkook? Why didn't HYB staff clarify when the photo had spread around the world and entered the trending topic in more than 32 countries in just 4 hours? Is this HYB's new way to test fans' enthusiasm before releasing a real surprise? Or could this all be planned by Jungkook and Taehyung themselves? Sources in the industry said they were surprised by the appearance of the two BTS members in Europe without an official agenda. In fact, some insiders say that their presence in Switzerland is not part of a personal journey, but a high-scale visual project that has not yet been announced to the public. One well-known European fashion photographer, who did not want to be named, said he had seen two Asian men with a very strong aura and accompanied by a small team speaking in Korean, carrying cinematographic tools. Is it just a coincidence? Even more suspiciously, when one well-known fan site tried to check the visa schedule, they found that both were not recorded as having a residence permit for more than a week, something very awkward if they were just on vacation. Because, as we know, BTS has never made an ordinary trip. Every step is designed, every look is calculated, and every silence has a voice. There are also netizens who associate this moment with the mysterious footage that appeared in one of HYB's video uploads a few months ago, a quick shot set against a snowy mountain in vintage tones, which is now realized to be very similar to the Swiss landscape where Jungkook and Taehyung are seen. So is the video not actually random footage, but rather a leak? And this is where it all gets blurry, yet painful as well as exhilarating. Some fans cried when they saw Jungkook's smile that seemed to hold hope. "He looks like someone who is finally free," one of the soldiers wrote. As for Taehyung's expression, many said there was sadness in his eyes. But why? Do the two of them keep something they can't tell straight away? Was their presence in Switzerland related to a secret meeting unknown to the other members? Or is this just the beginning of something that will break the long silence that has been enveloping the BTS world? Other questions began to roll in. Where was Jimin at the time? Why are only Jungkook and Taehyung in sight? Was there an internal conflict that led to this separation? Or is it that they are preparing a new subunit project? And what is most surprising? Does this mean that BTS will not return as 7, but rather as small units with deeper visual and emotional power? The camera captures more than just images. The camera captures the intention. And in that viral portrait, their intentions could not be ignored. Not just an ordinary trip, not a coincidence, but rather a silent message that can only be translated by those who actually hear. Some of the army even started digging back into an old statement from Jimin before his enlistment, when he said, "Later, you will see something very unexpected, but we're sure you'll understand why we chose that path." Is this what he meant? And if so, why does HYB seem to want to hide everything? To date, no official statement has been issued. Even when their photos went viral and journalists contacted representatives of the agency, only one answer was received. We have no information regarding the personal activities of our artists at the moment. That statement reinforces the conspiracy theory. Why do so-called private activities have professional photographers? Why is there a lighting assistant visible in the shadow of the window reflection in one of the photos? Why did the location they came to turn out to be a luxury villa that is often used to shoot international films? Question after question, emotion after emotion. Everything exploded in the ARMY community discussion room. Some are happy, some are angry, some are crying. But one thing is certain, no one is indifferent. Because when the two halves of BTS appear together after so long without a clue, it's not just an ordinary reunion. It was a signal that something is going to happen. And when BTS is about to do something, the world will pause to watch. Jungkook is seen carrying a small notebook. Taehyung is seen talking to an unknown man in a black suit. The weather at that time was foggy. But it is precisely behind the fog. The mystery becomes more real. Will BTS's comeback be done secretly, with a teaser that only those who are observant enough can understand? Is HYB testing fans' loyalty through a puzzle like this? And the most suffocating thing, is it possible that this is their last comeback? One theory is that Switzerland was chosen because there is a strong emotional connection between Taehyung and the country, especially since his solo visit so touched the hearts of many fans. Meanwhile, Jungkook is known to love peaceful and secluded places to write songs. If the two were united in Switzerland, could it be that they were recording something very personal? Some have speculated that the song Snowfall, a title HYB patented last year but never released, could be part of the project. In fact, there are fans who claim to hear the strains of unknown songs through the camera's microphone when they are at the shooting location. Could the song be theirs? Could it be that we are not witnessing the usual comeback teaser, but the birth of a new form of BTS? And if so, are we ready? Because when two souls reunite in the silence of Switzerland, the world begins to ask, what are they up to? And why do we feel like this is going to change everything? But behind all the noise of the virtual world, there is something quieter. Something that cannot be seen, can only be felt. An emotional whisper from two hearts who chose to meet in a distant country, without the glitter of cameras, without the sound of fan chants, without other members beside them. Jungkook and Taehyung meet in silence. Is this a plan? Or is it an escape? Many try to pull themselves together with a simple assumption: this is just a vacation. But one fact after another destroyed the theory. They do not stay in public hotels, but in private villas in remote areas, places that even some locals do not know. The villa is known to have been used by Christopher Nolan's film team in one of the secret cinematic projects. And now, the villa is fully rented for 3 days, guarded by people dressed in all black, complete with professional sound and visual recording devices. The burning question: why do Jungkook and Taehyung only see each other? Where are the other members? Is it not just about the projects, but rather about them? About stories that cannot be told in public, about old wounds that did not have time to heal. Because if we're being honest, we know that something has indeed changed since last year. Their gaze in some public moments is no longer as warm as it used to be. Some clips show small tensions, forced smiles, hugs that feel formal. Are there conflicts that are never resolved? And now, is Switzerland where they're looking for answers? One of the ARMY's viral posts reads, "Taehyung looks like someone who is looking for something, and Jungkook looks like someone who finally found it." This sentence was shared over 2 million times in just one day. Because, for some reason, that sentence feels right. It feels real. It feels like a truth that no one speaks. Some fans even revealed that before leaving for Switzerland, Taehyung had uploaded a black and white photo on his Instagram story that simply read, "The silence holds more answers than words ever will." A lot of people didn't notice it at the time. But now, that upload has turned into the biggest clue. Is this a message for Jungkook? On the other hand, Jungkook has recently been known to write lyrics for songs that have not yet been released, but leaked on music community forums. The lyrics read, "I am not far from you, but I don't have enough time to catch up with you in the snow. I leave everything I can't explain. That sentence touched the hearts of many fans. And when they relayed it to, no one was really ready when the news came. One message from Zurich fans was uploaded to X, Twitter, with a very short but stomping caption. RM and someone who looks like a genie just arrived. They did not greet anyone. In just 2 minutes, the post went around the world. Not because of the shock, but because of the meaning. Why did RM and Jean arrive later to Switzerland, a place HYB has not yet recognized as the official location of her artist activities? This question hit ARMY like a second tsunami after photos of Taehyung and Jungkook leaked earlier. But this time, the atmosphere was much more tense. Because if only 2 people seen before were considered a comeback teaser signal, then the presence of RM and Jean changes everything. Is this a secret BTS meeting that doesn't involve all the members? Or rather, the last meeting before everything changed. It's still fresh in the memory of how Jean many times implied that he wanted BTS to be able to end things with their own hands. That sentence, which was initially thought to be just a personal reflection during an interview before enlistment, now feels like a big key to a puzzle they are building. Switzerland, not only the setting of a project, but also the place of BTS's final agreement. And while all the theories were still hanging in the air, one more surprise appeared, and this time it came from Seoul, midnight Korean time. Jimin's official account posted something that sliced ARMY's heart to the bone. The video is only 13 seconds long. No sound, without filters, just showing Jimin's face, sitting in the dark, staring blankly into the camera. He didn't cry, but his eyes tell more than 1,000 song lyrics. At the end of the video, there is only one inscription: "The army exploded." All theories are changing. Jimin doesn't know. Did Taehyung, Jungkook, RM, and Jean keep this trip a secret from him? Why isn't Jimin in Switzerland? Was it intentionally left out? Or did he refuse to come along because there was an old wound that had not yet been healed? Back we are reminded of BTS, last years before the temporary hiatus. Many moments seem beautiful in front of the camera, but loyal fans know that the dynamics behind the scenes are far from peaceful. Tensions between some members, especially between Jimin, Taehyung, and Jungkook, often show up in small gestures, averted glances, delayed hugs, or comments too rigid to be called natural. And now, while the 4 members are seen together in Switzerland, one of the most emotional and sensitive names of all is in Korea, sending a signal of deep sadness. Did BTS crack secretly? Is this not a comeback, but a selection process to determine who is still willing to walk together? Jimin's post was immediately flooded with more than 20 million comments in 10 hours. Armies around the world are torn between supporting this secret project and sympathizing with the seemingly abandoned Jimin. Then suddenly, a video leaked footage from a distance that was allegedly taken by a fan living in the vicinity of the villa where the 4 members were. In the video, RM's voice sounds faint but clearly says, "We need to talk about this before it's too late. You know we can't pretend anymore." The second voice, which was very allegedly Jungkook's voice, answered quietly, "But if we take him now, everything can break again. I'm still traumatized." The army trembled reading the transcript. Who is he in question? Is this about Jimin? Was there really a major conflict that happened and was never resolved? All this time we see them smiling together, crying together, singing together. But now, a painful question arises. Are they all just public faces? Is it that behind all the awards and the big stage, they have stored wounds that are too deep to heal? And if true, Switzerland is not just a filming location. Switzerland is an isolation room where they try to reunite the parts of BTS that have been cracked in silence. But the scariest question remains unanswered. Is BTS preparing to break up? And this is their last documentary. One leak shocked the entire fandom community. A freelance video editor who previously worked on BTS projects shared a tweet before his account was deleted that read, "I can't say much, but one thing is for sure, this video will make everyone cry." Because it's not about a comeback. It's about decision. Decision. That word struck the hearts of millions of soldiers like lightning. Are the 4 members in Switzerland discussing the final move? Did they record something to explain the breakup that they couldn't say right away? And is Jimin, who looks devastated in Seoul, a symbol of an unfinished conflict? Returning to the mysterious video that was shown on the HYBE channel last month, there is one quick frame that no one noticed before, a picture of a single spruce tree on a snow hill,